Trump officials vow crackdown on left-wing terrorism after Charlie Kirk killing. Washington angered in the wake of Charlie Kirk's assassination. Trump administration officials say they're planning to use every resource available across the federal government to target left-wing organizations they contend are stoking political violence. Vice President J.D. Vance and Stephen Miller, Deputy White House Chief of Staff, on September 15 discussed plans to go after left-wing non-government organizations, or NGOs. They said support doxing campaigns against conservatives, help orchestrate riots, publicize the addresses of political opponents, and promote messages intended to create violence. We are going to channel all of the anger that we have over the organized campaign that led to this assassination to uproot and dismantle these terrorist networks, Miller said as he joined Vance on a live stream as the vice president hosted The Charlie Kirk Show to pay tribute to the late conservative activist. Miller called violence from the political left a vast domestic terrorist network, vowing the Trump administration would use every resource we have at the Department of Justice, Homeland Security, and throughout this government to identify, disrupt, dismantle, and destroy the networks. It will happen, and we will do it in Charlie's name, Miller said. Neither Vance nor Miller identified groups that could be prosecuted or face other actions from the administration. Law enforcement authorities investigating Kirk's killing have said the suspect, 22-year-old Tyler Robinson, held a leftist ideology and had become increasingly political in recent years. Officials, however, have not said that Robinson was linked with a specific left-wing organization. Crazies on the far left are saying, "Oh, Stephen Miller and J.D. Vance, they're going to go after constitutionally protected free speech," Vance said. No. We're going to go after the NGO network that foments, facilitates, and engages in violence. Law enforcement authorities investigating Kirk's killing have said the suspect, 22-year-old Tyler Robinson, held a leftist ideology and had become increasingly political in recent years. Officials, however, have not said that Robinson was linked with a specific left-wing organization. Crazies on the far left are saying, "Oh, Stephen Miller and J.D. Vance, they're going to go after constitutionally protected free speech," Vance said. No. We're going to go after the NGO network that foments, facilitates, and engages in violence. Violence is not okay in our system, and we want to make it less likely that it happens, Vance said. Miller said the final message the 31-year-old Kirk sent Miller before his death was a call for an organized strategy to go after the left-wing organizations that promote violence in this country. "I will write those on to my heart and I will carry them out," Miller said. President Donald Trump has blamed Kirk's death on heated rhetoric from the radical left, calling it directly responsible for the terrorism that we're seeing in our country today. In addition to Kirk's fatal shooting, Trump and his allies have pointed to the president's own assassination scares last year, the New York City slaying of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson in 2024 and the 2017 shooting of Representative Steve Scalise, Republican Louisiana, during practice for the congressional baseball game as examples of left-wing violence. We have to talk about this incredibly destructive movement of left-wing extremism that has grown up over the last few years, and I believe is part of the reason why Charlie was killed by an assassin's bullet, Vance said. Trump, Vance, and other members of their administration have made little mention of other examples of right-wing political violence against individuals on the left, including the June assassination of Minnesota State Representative Melissa Hortman and her husband, the home attack of Nancy Pelosi's husband Paul Pelosi, and the April home arson targeting Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro.